I have an artist goes by the name Hezron. Some of you may know him, I'm sure a lot of you do, but he's got some really incredible music, some amazing features, been some on the biggest platforms, and he's really, really pushing his sound and his message. Very, very important, his message. So yeah, let's get straight to it. Hezron, hello.
Blessing, family.
You know, I was thinking about how I could like start
One love.
in my Jamaican accents. Please show me. I want to say something.
Oh, in Jamaica. You should hear, what do you want to say in
Okay.
give me an English, give me the English version of something you want to say.
How are you doing? How do you say how are you doing? I hope you're okay or something.
Oh yeah, do.
How you
Yeah,
do?
yeah. Oh yeah, do.
How you do?
Oh yeah, do. What I want, I break it down like what I want.
What a
It's
guan?
like what's going on.
What's going on?
Yeah, what I
I
want.
always knew
That's
I
the more
had
famous.
Jamaican roots, man.
What's going
It's confirmed now.
Yeah.
Thank you so
You
much,
see,
yeah, for making time for us today. You know, it means a lot to us because we know you're very, very busy. We know you're up to a lot, which we're going to get into. So first of all, thank you very, very much, man. And how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good, we have life and everything, give thanks every time. See, so we have health and strength, so it is the greatest.
Nice one. So first off, you're a Jamaican artist, right? You make no, a reggae artist. You're from Jamaica, but you're a reggae artist, right?
Yes, I'm a reggae artist, yes.
Okay. What does reggae music, right? The roots, the legends before you, the culture, the people. What does it mean to you, Hezron?
Well, reggae music to me is like, it's a music that represents the people. I mean, I'm sure that you have heard this saying many times before, but it's the truth. There's no other way to put it. It represents, reggae music consists of social issues, social commentary, dealing with dealing with the everyday struggles and things that we face as people in this world, the struggles and the hardships and the oppression. It also reggae music also deal with love, relationships between a man and a woman and divine and pure love, Reggae music also gives you a time to dance where like Bob Marley said, when music get you feel no pain, you jamming. So when you're in the moment of takes you away. It gives you create different moods that all contribute to positivity and upliftment. So for me, reggae music is like you heard it many times. It's like life. It is the semblance of life, like in my experience and in my truth. It is to me what life is all about. Which positive section of life, but there's no other way to put it. And to me, it means all the things I've said, upliftment, love, you know what I mean, all these positive things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Was it always music for you, or did you stumble upon music? Was it maybe you hearing Bob Marley or other legends' music that got you on this journey? Because, again, one thing about reggae music is not just about the music, the message, right? The message is
that's true.
very, very
Listen.
important, and that's how it's always been. That's why I think reggae music is so impactful. So, how did you get into this for you?
Well, I mean, it seemed like you said some of it already. Well, first of all, I'm from a musical family. So in my bloodline. I grew up listening to my grandfather, my grandparents, all singers. My uncle used to chant, my mother sing, and all that stuff. And so it's like it's a natural thing in my family, music. So it was a natural calling. It was something that I didn't understand. It just took over, and I just had a burning passion and burning desire. But of course, I was influenced greatly by Bob Marley himself and Peter Tosh, because those were the voices around me. Those were the musical teachings, the musical lessons that and teachers that I heard. So every morning I get up, I hear, like, from one uncle I hear Dennis Brown playing. Then I had an uncle, because we lived on a family land, with a few, like two or three uncles and grandfather, and a big family land and parents. So We used to hear different music. Each uncle or each family member had their own music playing while others were playing. So it was influential all over. So definitely I heard Dennis Brown and I heard Peter Touch and Bob Marley and Mota Baruka and all these things. So I think all these all this experience and exposure defined me and created the Hezron along with my natural inclination and the innate calling. And this is how Hezron came.
Yeah. Um, it's one thing, stumbling upon music, wanting to make music. I'm sure when you're a kid, as you said, you saw Peter, you saw Bob, your family, being heavily invested in music because melody is what we grew up on. Now, as you grow, you're making music. Now the messaging gets deeper, right? You're talking about people's struggles. People find it difficult to get food. People find it difficult to take care of their families. When you were grown in that space, did it take a bit of a toll on you? Because I think there's not something we talk about. But again, when someone calls you and says, Hezron, I mean, your music helped me through a difficult time. I didn't know what I was going to do. But that's what your music, or those are the ones your music speak for. Did it take any sort of a toll on you? And how did you deal with that?
Um, First of all, a lot of the things that I write I would well, yeah, a lot, are personal experiences, because it's my struggle that created these. Because, of course, when you're younger, man, because in Jamaica, as we know, and most black communities, poverty is the forerunner. So I mean, is at the forefront. So I mean, so most black people experience this the poverty and get to live it. So we know the struggle. So of course, this was my testimony, and with the help, of course, Bob Marley and all the things and all the things that I've learned before, the voices and the great artistry of those great artists that I've listened and learned from. I learned how to express myself through through what I learned, through what I heard over the years. But as of course, it's my expression and my DNA would get involved, would be in the place. So of course, it's going to be a unique expression, even though I learned from so many other artists. So I express myself, and in expressing myself, the struggles that I've been, I realized that it is relatable to so many others in my community, and not only in my community, but in the world. And I find that, for example, I could give an example, a direct example. I did a song called "Can't Take the Pressure," and that was a touching situation for me. "Can't Take the Pressure" is an acoustic delivery, talking about the everyday struggle of people, especially the younger man and the kids and the youth in the streets, and just old folks and everybody. So I remember one time that song was playing, and it was doing so well on the radio. And one day I went to a bar just to just to lime and wind down and change the vibes. And somebody came up to me and said, they were looking at me for a while, and I'm saying, why is this guy looking at me? And then the guy eventually came and said to me, are you Hezron the artist? And I said, yeah, I'm Hezron the singer, yes. And he said, he like bowed down in front of me and said, Hezron, oh my God, you saved my wife sister's life because of a song called "Can't Take the Pressure." Yeah. She said, you see, he said that his wife's sister was like a lady of the night, like a prostitute, to be frank. And she didn't like it. She had to survive. And she had a friend. One night, she and her friend were supposed to go out and hit the street, to hit the road to do their thing. And just before, right when our friend called her and said, I'm gonna come and pick you up in such and such time, she said, okay. And she kind of glanced on the television and saw the music video. And while watching the music video of Can't Take the Pressure, she called back her friend and said, I don't feel like going. I don't want to go. And her friend went out that night and was killed, you know, that same night. And that saved her life. And the guy said she's forever grateful. She has never met me, but the sister, the husband, you call it, the brother-in-law met me, and he was explaining to me how that song saved her life. So And I have many, 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 many stories of many, many of my songs. But it's too. I don't think you have the time for all of them. But that was just a profound one to me.
Wow. I mean, stories like this, no award in the world, I think, can compare to saving someone's life,
No,
to changing someone.
you
And
put it
that's,
well.
yes, yes. And that's what music is about. I feel like as a people, as a generation, humanity in general, we've been distracted, by the vanity of life. And it's nice, wanting beautiful things, wanting a beautiful life, but being impactful is something that will never have a comparison. So, on behalf of all the people you've helped, I just want to say thank you because I'm a human being and they are too, right? I'm just a human and we're all trying to find our way. So, if your story helps someone, I think fellow human beings should be grateful. So, man, just thank you for that, man. Thank you for that.
Course, of
Yeah,
course, of
you
course.
said
Come on, yeah,
something
yeah, yeah,
about,
man.
yeah, your personal struggles. Would you care to share, some of the things that, grew from, you went through? Because I'm sure people are going to see Hezron and say, wow, Hezron, like, he's a superstar. He ain't got no problems. Like, he's great.
I think some will say that yes, but I think for most part, the majority will know better because the majority struggle. Nothing in life is easy,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, an artist, a lot of times, especially reggae musicians, is what the pain and the conviction is what they go through that gives them the conviction that gives us the soul. So therefore, no one believes, in my experience, a reggae singer unless there's something coming out that touches the people. And for you to have that conviction and that believability, you have to experience it yourself. You cannot. There's no other way. So sharing some of my thing, I don't know how much I can share because I don't know the time. But I mean, I've just been. I mean, the same struggles of a youth. A youth in Ghana. I mean, for most part. I mean, I don't say everybody. It's just the black struggle. Mother and father working hard, trying to find ways for kids to survive, not working out, and and me and my brothers, we finding ways to survive. I ended up, because of influences of peers, even step into the world of hustling. A little bit of crime and all that stuff. Survival reasons, and even in that situation, I was convicted a little, and a little bit of time and all that stuff, and learn. So I mean, the story of mine is real.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
And I
Real.
overcame. Yeah, this is just. I don't know if I can. I don't have the time to share it right now, but it's a lot. So it's just, but it's a struggle of man. Everybody have their own struggle. Everybody have their own DNA. But for most part, there are similar struggles, especially in the black
Yeah.
community.
Man,
Yeah.
thank you. I mean, the good thing is, you put your pain in your music, you put your happiness in your music, you put your life in your music, and people can relate, as you were saying. And bro, you've
Yes, a
got
good
you've got some
solution. Yeah.
amazing songs. I'm not even gonna lie. I was looking at your feature list. You work with
Yeah.
Shaggy, some other amazing
Yeah. Yeah.
artists. Tell us a bit about your music for those who
Mm.
don't know or who've never heard your music, or those watching who are going to discover Hezron. Tell us a bit about your catalog because it's wild.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's a lot of songs over many, many years because I kind of focus on. For me, I was living in the US for a while
Mm,
because I went there when I was a younger man, like a teenager, 19, and then I was there for a while and I came back home. I was doing R&B there, and then I came back home and started focusing on my passion, which is reggae music. And my first single was called "So in Love." My first song that I ever did in Jamaica became a number one. So that kind of dropped like it was like a bomb in Jamaica. Like, who is this guy with this voice and this song already? And so it became a number "So in Love." And after "So in Love," Shaggy heard of me. Shaggy, somebody that knew Shaggy, what I mean, like kind of introduced us and said, "Yo, there's this new kid on the block and they like his voice." And Shaggy said, "Yeah, man, I like his voice, man. Tell him to write a chorus." And it was like a blessing because at that time I don't think Shaggy did song with anybody, 'cause, he's a great Shaggy.
yeah.
And that was like in 2009, 10. And he said, "Tell him to sing it, to write a chorus." And I wrote the chorus. and he heard it, and then he just came in and said, "Yo," and gave me the strength, and we did a collaboration.
Wow.
And then from that the journey continued. I just every year I continued to just cause I made my mind up when I returned that I wanted to be a legend. I wanted to be, if nothing else, I wanted to have my path craft out in the reggae music. I wanted to have I wanted to have my section of reggae, my unique. I wanted to have a unique contribution because Barry's had his section, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh. They're all reggae artists, but they have unique. You can know them by just their music alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Apart from their sound, so they are unique contribution, and that is why everybody they have different fans and similar fans. So I wanted to make sure that I I became somebody somebody to be remembered, somebody that contributed, in this life, the music, in the life of reggae, in the music industry. You know what I mean? Like a permanent, profound contribution. Trying to find the right words. It's early morning, but I guess you get the
Yeah.
picture. So I
Yeah.
wanted to contribute in that sense. Yeah, and so I just came and I just worked and with no trying to say I'm gonna sign with a record label or trying to be big. I just look around and I just year after year I just make sure that I planted seed up, make sure the songs resonate. Hits after hits, they call me. They call me Hit Machine. They call me Jamaica Hit Machine. And more I got discovered more and more until there are some songs that that cross over into Africa, like Can't Come Between, a song about what am I gonna do now, and, and it went over and over, so
Yeah.
I just, yeah, and it's a mixture of the struggle because you're in Jamaica. Jamaica is a happy place, but at the same time is a place, a violent country, as a rude boy place. So my music kind of represented that. When it's time for dance and happiness and fun, we are in the vibes. And when it's time to talk about the struggles, the reality, and when it's time to blast the system, there's songs like Can't Take the Pressure, Mobe, so many songs, so many,
Yeah.
And when it's time to uplift, you have Good News, Man on a Mission, and all these songs. So I am that kind of artist that have the ability, that I've heard many times to sing a great love song, to sing a great reality, social commentary song, and to sing a song of happiness, joy, party song with consistent delivery and believability.
Nice
So
one.
that's me,
Yeah.
right across the board. Yeah.
Yeah. So before we get to the song you're promoting right now that we're going to be talking about in a bit, I just want to know how was it, and how did you deal with, coming back to Jamaica, being young, the young hit maker, having Shaggy, on a song, nobody could get Shaggy. Was that difficult for you? How did you
No, no.
maneuver that, right?
I think he just loved my voice. He heard my voice and said I have a great, Back then he said, "Man, I love your voice," You know what I mean, at the time. And then he could hear the R&B influence because I was in the US like for 12 years before I came back. Because I was doing R&B, I was working with Def Jam and Warner Brothers. So he heard the sound. Plus he's an American himself, so he kind of picked up and said, "Man, this is a voice that that can." He called it the hit sound voice, hit bone sound. As you know, if I'm that fact, he put it in the song. He started with the hit bone sound.
Yeah.
So so I mean, but I'm happy for the work that I put in. It's just
Yeah.
for the world to know now. I mean, many people know, but it's just consistently out there. One of the reasons why the world why one of the reasons why I think a lot of people are just now discovering me is because I wasn't able to travel for many years, for like 12 years. I've been in Jamaica like for 17 years, and I wasn't able to travel for many years. 12, 13 years or something like that. Because of my past. But it's cleared up now. So it goes.
Nice. Nice. We're very happy it's
Yeah.
cleared up. We're very happy you stuck to making music. And no matter what, your music is still impactful. We're here in Ghana, enjoying your music. Have you been to Ghana before?
Yeah, man, I've been there twice, yeah. In 2023 and 2024. Yeah, man, hopefully we'll come back again this year, the end of this year.
Nice one.
Yeah, man, I've been there. Yeah, man, I've been got even got my name, got my Ghanaian name from the king himself, King Otumfo. I mean Kwame Bonsu.
Nice.
Otumfo gave me that name, yeah. For that ceremony. So Yeah, it's
Yeah.
online, so it's a lot of stuff. Ghana is a beautiful. Everybody loves Ghana. You know, Jamaican. So
Nice one. And one thing I'd want us to, or want you to clear the air on, because you love your people, you support your people, and it's super wild how reggae music and the Jamaican culture, how impactful it is across the world. Dancehall music as well, all of that. It's just wild, just how far the music has traveled. And I want you to clear the air, on the fact that Jamaica is violent and all these things, because some of my closest friends are Jamaicans, and I'm talking to you and I'm learning so much in this
yeah.
conversation. When you hear these things, being the only thing people focus on in terms of the conversation, and they drive away from the beautiful part of Jamaica and the culture. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I mean, I don't think. I don't think it changed anything. A lot of people, tourists, are still here every year. I mean, I just think it's like, I think it's exciting, because one thing to tour, I don't, it don't make me feel in a way, because first of all, it is the truth in some sense. That I mean, it is the truth to an extent where it's the land of the warriors. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of us found out in Jamaica, because a lot of Jamaicans didn't understand why we were so combative. And then we found out when a lot of us went to Ghana, and went to Africa, and we were getting lessons when we went to, like, when I went to Cape Coast Castle, when I went to the castle, and the guy that the host was the guide was telling us that the real rebellious slaves, the rebellious slaves were sent to Jamaica and all that stuff. So we started understanding, like, oh, this is why we are so aggressive and ready to fight. So it's a fact. So I can't be upset about it, but it is also a fact that Jamaica is a beautiful place with beautiful people and kind and loving people, and it's a balance. So when I may take issue in some sense that it's not all about the violence, I also have to adhere to the fact that the violence is strong. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is, and we
Yeah.
can hopefully it gets better. But there's a lot of beautiful. It's equal. It's half and half. Nice.
Yeah.
Just that you don't have to don't
Yeah.
get them to the point where they get off.
I mean, it is what it is,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, we're going to focus on the positivity, and the impact of reggae music. What song are you pushing right now, though? I hear Zafam do Property.
Property manager. While I was in exactly, yeah, because it's the Afrobeat vibes. It's
Property
Afrobeat mixed with
Manager.
dancehall and that. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. It's just like as expected. My fans expect these things. People know me that I'm always challenging myself. I'm a a true artist. So I go somewhere and I like the vibes. It takes me over. You know what I mean? And then some most of the times a song will come from it. Of course the dominant for many years now, in recent times, the dominant representation of music has been Afrobeat, in the black community and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we love that, because Africa is all music come from Africa. Reggae and everything. Dance and everything is the beat, the drum and the bass, you understand? We are all Africans. So we love that Africa, the motherland came up with something that came up and you know, jumped out in the world. So I was in Ghana, and of course twice, and I toured different places in Nigeria, but I keep hearing the Afrobeat vibes. And I was sent a rhythm by a producer, and that vibe kind of influenced me, being there, and came back to Jamaica and I wrote a song called Property Manager. Property Manager means I want to be the girl's property. Like I want to be in charge of her. So what is kind of is ambiguous. It's like a metaphoric kind of style, like in a way where you like I'm treating her like she's a piece, she's a land, she's something to own and to take care of. So the words are like the words I say, like the verses I'm saying. Can I be the one to own you? Can I be the one to please you? Can I be the one to peg your boundary line, which is like a property manager? You know what I mean? You understand? And can I you understand? I just wanna so it's like these are the terms. I manage your surroundings. I wanna manage your surroundings. So it's
Property
like, it's
Manager,
just like
man.
I want to be a and I also I want to be a warrior and I want to protect you and all that stuff,
Nice.
shining armor. So it's a bunch of stuff in it. It's fun.
Nice.
and the melody is
Nice.
nice. So it's doing good. People like it a lot. So it's a little out the box thing. Sometimes we have to do these things. Huh?
I like that.
Yeah,
I
man.
like the way, you hear property manager, then you hear the song, it's like, oh, so this is what it means, it's intriguing. Really like that. So that's what we're pushing right now.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
The many things. That's one of the
And
many things. That's one of the many. Uh,
tell us about visuals, and plans, to get it out there. Is that going to be the only song for the rest of the year? Are we going to get more, maybe a full body of work soon?
yeah, man. There's a bunch of songs coming, man. We have a lot of songs. We have songs, and we have songs from even before. I mean, and there's an album that's out called Man on a Mission. It's been out over 2 years, but we're still pushing it. Singles coming from it. There'll be another song coming from it called Black Widow, which is Latin, has a Latin feel. And many songs, we have another song coming out called Grandpa's Chair, what I mean? Holding On, that's coming out this year off the album. So many songs, we're pushing the Man on a Mission album. I don't know if you have heard that song, Man on a Mission, but I mean, we are going to do a Man on a Mission tour again. We did one in 2023 in Ghana, in Africa first time. The Man on a Mission return, and we're doing one in Canada now. I'm leaving next week to do the Man on a Mission tour in Canada. So I'll be busy, and of course we're going to be shooting video for Property Manager in another month or two. We just want to make sure that it's circulating. We want to get more feedback on it. We want to see, what
Yeah.
because sometimes you got to watch these things,
Yeah.
from a record label standpoint.
Yeah.
You
I
got to be
mean,
smart in this thing. Like when people are saying that,
mhm.
man, this thing is hot, that we jump around and make the video moving. But we'll be releasing a lot of songs, and there's a lot of songs out there already. It was Save the Children is off the Man on a Mission album. That song that you were playing before, Save the Children. So we'll be continuing to, yeah, man, there'll be at least every 2 months. Be, I shouldn't have to do it because reggae music, you don't really need to release a song around every 3, 4 years. But because of the time, because of what we are living in, because of social media,
Yeah.
and if you want to we want to be, if we want to have a presence, we have to adjust, not adjust like in a competitive form, like I'm trying to compete with dancehall or Afrobeat. Because dancehall comes out every week, but we have to step up our game to know that the mindset of the now I've changed. No? I've been influenced. So we have to work with it the best we can. So definitely more songs will be coming and all that thing. So
Man on a mission is very, very big, and you definitely are, a man on a mission. So it makes sense.
that
But
makes sense.
before you do go, you seem to be exploring sounds a lot, like you just said, Afrobeat, Latin. What is pushing that drive in you, to touch on these other genres? And are we going to get more of that from Hezron?
Yeah, of course. I think it's my artist. I think it's my personality. I think it's my artist. I love music. Even though I'm a reggae artist, but I love music, and I believe that especially now, I'm a man on a mission, and I'm trying to because I'm trying to fuse, create, be more creative, fuse sounds. Bob Marley did it. Peter Tosh did it. They fuse rock guitar and rock elements and different instrumentations that wasn't typical of reggae. And it worked in the world. And so that's what I'm doing. I mean, even the Afrobeat song that is not is a song you can hear the dancehall, you can hear the reggae, and you can hear the generic African feel. So it's like I'm fusing to have a more reach. Because I'm defending reggae music, and I'm defending good music, and I'm defending the spiritual music, and so I want to. You sometimes have to fuse. You have to venture into different market just to make sure to wake them up to say, there's a reggae can't do this to reggae can fuse here. Don't put us in the back. Don't just put her in the back and put them in the back. Put us in the back and say, oh, these are some message Rasta people. We can go mainstream to like Bob Marley said, play on your R&B, or kinky reggae. We have that style too. So that's what I'm doing.
I like that. I like that. Hezron, before you leave, what do you want to tell your
Yeah.
fans, man? People love you, appreciate you. The new fans you're going to be getting today, those who are waiting for your music, what do you want to tell them, man?
Well, the fans, just keep luck, keep tuned, because it's gonna be it's something to look forward to, being introduced to Hezron now. It's gonna be a nice ride from now on. You can bet on it that it will be consistent and you won't be disappointed because I haven't done it before, you know. And once you love good music, good melodies, good words, good message, and all this stuff, and reggae, you will always get these things from me. You know, that's my mission in life. Period. You know. I want to big up Ibrahim Traore, our leader, the leader of the world, the black leader. You know what I mean, and also Julius Malema. You know, I don't know if this. I did a song called Kuja Numbani on my album, and I wrote it many years ago. You know, when I think I was like 18, 19, and I did it recently, and that song is reflective of what I see what's going on now. And we are happy in Jamaica, you know, for Ibrahim Traore and the enlightenment of the youth and the movements of the black move, you know, of Africans and the young youths and the item, you know. And we are very proud, and I hope that they are protected and supported, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Hezron, thank you so much for making time, man. I appreciate you. I'm a fan of you. Please come here when you come to Ghana, man. We have to talk in person. Please.
Definitely, man.
That's been the man Hezron.
Every time.
Some of you may know him. I'm sure a lot of you do, but just in case you don't, buy his music. It's on all platforms. He's got some amazing songs. I think he's got music with Shaggy, with Beanie Man. He's got Man on a Mission. Like he said, he's got Property Manager now, and so many others. Yeah, and this is what a show like this is about. Again, to find out more about these artists away from the music, you know, the men and the women behind the music, the men and the women behind the creativity, to understand them more, right? Him talking about what he's been through, how his music has saved some people, and how impactful that message has been. So very appreciative for his time. And I've always said we're going to have conversations like these going forward. This has been Thread Special. Man, I've really enjoyed myself, and I'm sure you guys have too. But of course, always stick and stay to Free Music Television. We have so much more coming up. Have a good one.